I remember the three booms. I can remember that, and everybody going, "Ooh, did you hear that?" And then this streak appeared out of the clouds because he dived from 40,000 feet, and it shot across the aerodrome, across the parallel to the runway I was watching, and it seemed to me extremely low, and I guess it was, and then disappeared from my sight, and the adults and everybody was watching, and he came round from my left, around, going from my left to my right, and then was heading above the crowd on the other side of the runway from me, when with no sound, because it was maybe half a kilometre away, with no sound, in my mind the plane hit a flock of birds, and that was my first reaction. And I was kind of surprised and thought he's flown into a flock of seagulls. Then, of course, I realised it was something else. And then I saw what I thought to be an engine, which subsequently obviously was one of the engines, the Avons, plunge. It didn't really fly, it plunged. And obviously, from where I was, it had plunged into the crowd. I didn't see bodies flying. I didn't hear screams. I was too far away from that, and thank God. And then my other recollection is of, for a second I thought, oh, that's a parachute, one of the pilots has bailed out, because I had a vivid imagination. But it wasn't, it was the parts of a large part of the fuselage floating to Earth, which landed actually on the runway, the other side of the runway from us, thumped to the ground, and actually injured some people. The next thing I remember, of course, the shock and the surprise gradually filtered into the people on this side of the runway, and I absolutely distinctly remember what I would call pieces of perspex floating down into the crowd, which is amazing. And I'm quite certain that some of the adults with me kept some bits and took them home.